姉貴が遺産遺産って騒ぐから親父に聞かれちまったんじゃねえかよ。
Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. Now I don't know if you guys can hear it by my voice, but I am indeed sick. Wow, that's crazy. I feel like I've been getting pretty sick lately. I mean, as in the sense that, you know, when I'm recording these Umineko videos, I feel like I've told you guys that I'm sick a lot. In episode 4, I think I got sick as well. But it's like only small sickness. Even now, it's only something very small. I'm not like my throat doesn't hurt. My nose is just stuffy. My nose is just runny. So that's all. And my voice is like this, but my throat does not hurt. So I don't know. I don't know. It's probably gonna be gone by tomorrow. I know how it is. But we're fine. We're good. This is probably the deepest you guys will hear my voice. I guess. I don't know. Listen, my voice right now is looking deeper than Umineko's mystery. Haha. Haha. Good joke. Nah, you didn't like that. Okay, so we're ready to go. Last time, let's recap. Last time we had the whole Nox commandments and let's see. The Nox commandments. There was one of them. I believe it was the fourth one that said you cannot uh you cannot use explanations that require hard scientific explanations and stuff um to explain, so that you know, for them to work. You know what I mean? For them, you can't see you guys using them, right? I mean, if it's poison, for example, it's gotta be a poison. You know, something all of us can understand. Okay, maybe he put methane in there. Boom, great poison, right? No, not methane. I mean, methanol. I think it was. I think methanol is a type of poison. Whatever, right? Or the pills that Rosa had, right? I believe it was for Maria. She had some calming pills for her, or whatever. Uh, for example, something that everyone can get behind. Not my theory in episode 3, where there was a projector in front of Nanjo and he shot through the projector. That's how I theorized episode 3, right? Yeah, none of that, none of that. But that's Nox's fourth commandment, and then the third commandment was that I believe it was that you can't use hidden doors at all, right? Every ancient exit must be clearly known to the reader or to the solver of the mystery series. Now I believe this is just stereotypes on the mystery genre. I'm not really a mystery genre person at all, right? I've never read a mystery novel at all, so I've obviously never heard of Nox or Van Dyne or all the rest of these lot. But yeah, I'm sure you guys know more than me. But I haven't written down the Nox commandments. I know I know I said I would have, but according to my friend, I've talked to him since last time. He did tell me that they're stored in the tips file, and if they're stored in the tips file, then I don't need to write them down. It's not like the right truths; they're not stored in the tips file, but I believe the Nox commandments are stored in the tips file. If I'm wrong about that, and my friend is wrong about that, let me know so I can write them down. But if they're stored in the tips file, then I might as well just let them be stored there and not write them down, right? Because then I can always check the tips file. Okay, time to start reading. Damn it, Aneki, that overheard because you kept yelling about the inheritance. What is Rudolph on about? I don't know. But now we're here. The family's finally arriving at the island. I don't really know what Rudolph's on about. What do you mean Dad overheard you? How is your dad here? Your dad's dead. What? What?
予算か二人とも今回は運が悪かったと思って諦めるんや男の機嫌なんてほっとけばコロッと治るもんやで
気分を害したお父さんがおかしな衣装を残さないでくれるといいわね
I mean, just look at the epitaph under the portrait, yo. The relatives sighed deeply and fell into silence. So what's going on now? Is this 1986? I don't remember the text from last time. If this is 1986 and they're arriving. But if they are arriving, then their cousins should be here too. So is this pre-1986? The siblings arrived here on their own? Is Rosa here too then?
こらマリアもはしゃがないの
Well, no, Maria's here, so... So I guess the cousins are here too? George and Battler? Jessica already lives on the island, so...
エンジェちゃんが転んだらどうするの
What?! Okay. Wait, okay. Right, okay. So this is clearly not 1986. This must be 1985 or something. Which means Battler's not here, you know? This is our family conference before Battler came over. Angel's supposed to be sick or something, so they left her behind. I don't actually remember exactly why they left Angie behind, but I believe she was sick or something. They had to leave her behind. And but that was the family conference Battler came by. So Battler's not gonna be here. Only George, Angie, and Maria. It's gonna be interesting. We've never seen this family conference before. Is this 1985, 1984? I'm gonna go with 1985. That just seems the most natural and the closest one to when the murders happen.
お待たせしました。
I wanna see kid Angie. I wanna see 5-year-old Angie, I think. Because Maria should be 8 years old here. If this is 1985. Yeah.
船の準備が整いました。
Which means, wait a minute, does that mean Maria was born in 1977? Yes, it does mean that. Wow! When I think about it like that, Maria's a whole boomer. No, not really. She'll be... I mean, obviously she died in 1986 in this family conference. But if she was currently alive, wouldn't she be like, let's see, 45 years old? Quick maths? I think, yeah, 45 years old. It's pretty old. I mean, for my standards, I think that's old. That's at least middle age, so... Just goes to show how long ago 1986 was, I guess. I don't know.
ほな行くで。今はぐちぐち言っても始まらんで。
Oh, they're returning from a family conference. They're returning, so that's why they're talking about her, their dad hearing them talk about the inheritance, because they're returning. Does that mean that Kinzo was still alive at this point? Was this before Kinzo died, or what? Because they said Dad overheard you. Does that mean they saw Kinzo and heard Kinzo and all that? Or is this like episode 4 where Kinzo's name was inherited by someone else or whatever? Right? Because they all witnessed Kinzo in episode 4 killing them all or something like that, right?
またのご来島を心よりお待ち申し上げております。
I see. There's the mansion. There's Natsuhi. Natsuhi was sitting on a bench in the rose garden, looking completely worn out. However, when she noticed that Kanon and Kumasawa were coming back, she immediately sat up straight, regaining the dignity of the head's wife.
船は出ましたか？はい。たった今出港なされました。そうでしたか。見送りご苦労でした。主人はどうしてますか？先ほどお部屋にお戻りになりました。お休みになられるとのことです。
Since the previous day, Cross had been almost overwhelmed by anxiety over the thought that Kinzo's death might be discovered. Okay, so this is after Kinzo died. Then what the heck was Rudolph on about? What were Rudolph and Eva on about? About, oh, Dad might have overheard you. What do you mean? Where did you see your dad for him to possibly overhear you? Were you talking close to the study or something? Were you on the 3rd floor talking about the inheritance? How? When the family conference ended, his weariness must have suddenly gotten a hold of him. However, the way he had refused to let even a sliver of his true intentions slip out, and the manner in which he had managed to act as though everything was normal showed that Cross's nerve was nothing to sneeze at. Again, I don't think we've seen Cross argue with his siblings before in previous episodes. Cross is not an idiot, like completely. You know what I mean? He was able to stand confident with them all and be calm even in situations where he was pressured. So I mean, projects about going to space or not, I don't think Ross is an idiot. I think it's just you know, pressure's getting to him. You know what I mean? He's gotta succeed Kenzo, and you know what I mean. It's hard for anybody to be in that spot and feeling like they have so much pressure as the eldest son as well, eldest child, eldest son. It's rough, buddy. Mm.
どうでしたか？彼らはお父様のことを不審がってはおりませんでしたか？
いいえ、親方様に遺産分配の話を立ち聞きされたと。エヴァ様などはそれは大騒ぎでしたとも。ねえ。
Again, how? That doesn't make sense. How would Kinzo overhear them if they didn't see Kinzo? Did they think Kinzo's nearby? How? Why? I don't get that.
あの慌てっぷり、傑作でしたね。
はい、大層取り乱しておいででした。しかし熊沢もなかなかの演技力ですね。あの廊下での慌てっぷりは本当にそこにお父様がいらっしゃったかのようでしたよ。
Oh, so Kumasawa made it seem that way. Okay.
熊沢さんはそういうのが大変お上手ですから。
あら、やだやだ、褒めすぎですよ。
Ayo, that's sus. Does that mean any suspicious racket in or somewhere could have been done by Kumasawa up till now? Sus.
熊沢の病欠の電話は簡単に信じないよう、よく現地に言っておかなくてはなりませんね。
それは手厳しゅうございますよ、奥様。
本当にご苦労でした。
I can see how Virgilia became the record holder of foes if Kumasawa was doing all this.
お前たちと源氏とシャノンには約束通り過去1ヶ月分の休暇の買い上げと新たに5日の有給を与えます。秘密の手当ですよ。取得に際しては源氏と相談し、他の使用人たちに気取られないように。
Wow. That's crazy. As well as Genji and Channel, you say, but not Gora? I guess Gora was not involved. I wonder, I'm thinking of, I was just talking about Kumasawa and Virgilia, right? If Virgilia was the predecessor Beato, does that mean that Kumasawa knew the location of the goal before, but it was then taken over by... Because I made a theory about how the person who's called Beato is the person who's always the current holder of the gold, right? We've seen how every time the name Beato has been passed on, it's been passed on when the person who has the gold has it, basically, right? So between Beato and Evatrice, right? Or between Evatrice and Angie Beatrice. Every time the possession of the gold has been passed over. If predecessor Virgilia used to be Beato and she was the holder of the gold, and predecessor Beatrice or Virgilia is also Kumasawa or the other version of Kumasawa, does that mean Kumasawa was previously a holder of the gold? Is Kumasawa rooted in all this?
ええ、心得ておりますとも。ねえ。
熊沢さん、声が大きいです。
お、いけないいけない。
そうですね。この話はこれまでとします。各自通常のお勤めに戻るように。そうそう、ゴーダに特別にお茶の用意をさせました。いただくように。
Gora gets no extra pay. Okay. Natsuhi let them know that she wanted to be left alone for a while, so that she could drink some black tea in the rose garden. So if both Sharon and Kano get extra pay, and I fear that they're the same person, yo, that person, if whether it's Sayo or whoever, they're getting money, you know what I mean? I mean, if they also are the current holders of the gold, and they're getting double the pay because they're two people, and now they're getting extra pay because they worked so hard, quote unquote, the last month, bro, that's good, such good money. That is money. All right. That black tea carried all the way to the bench was the Sri Lankan tea Dimbula that she had promised Beato along with patties. Right, that's the whole promise. From Sri Lanka though? Now they're sitting together. Now they're together. And sitting on either side of it, the wife of the head and her witch could be seen. Both of them staring at it curiously.
これがパティスですか。私はてっきり焼き菓子のようなものだとばかり。
Natsuhi hadn't thought for a moment that it would have a curry-like spicy flavor, and had started coughing after putting it in her mouth. Be careful. To describe it in Japanese terms, it was like age gyoza, age gyoza, fried dumplings, stuffed with smashed curry-flavored potatoes. As a savory snack, it would probably be pretty popular with the kids. However, it was something of a shock to Natsuhi, who expected that a treat to go with tea would be something sweet.
知らんのか？ディンブラといえばこれだぞ。紅茶ならクッキー。ああ、チョコでもよいな。日本茶なら羊羹だが、塩昆布でもよい。中国茶なら小籠包。
Xiaolongbao, Chinese dumplings.
わらわは月餅も好きだ。
Mooncakes? Oh, Cross will be a fan of this. Uh-huh.
驚きました。随分と文化に詳しいのですね。
I mean, she knows a lot about tea. She has whole tea parties in that. Tea parties.
まあ、伊達に千年は生きておらぬ。
Alright, that again.
世界の名茶は一通り試した。お茶の世界旅行といったところか。
So you are a traveler. You are the sort of witch that is called a traveler, huh?
確かに、それは立派な世界旅行ですね。このような紅茶の楽しみ方もあると、今日初めて知りましたので。これは貴重な体験です。
わらわは六軒島より出られぬ身。これくらいしか旅をすることはできぬでな。そなたはどうか。富豪の妻らしく世界を優雅に旅してきたのであろうが。
She's the only way I can travel. I don't think she's traveled that much.
ジェシカが生まれる前は、主人はいろいろな国に私を連れて行ってくれました。
ほほ？
嫁ぐまでは一度も海外旅行をしたことがなかったので、どれも新鮮な体験でしたよ。
そなたも窮屈な家に生まれたらしいな。
厳格でしたが、素晴らしい教育を施してくれましたよ。それを窮屈と呼んでは、お父様とお母様に失礼です。
雄弁に窮屈であると語っておるわ。
I mean, Beto, you also had quite a restrictive life. I mean, from the little we've seen of it, Kinzo's like, hey, you're shut in this mansion, in this hidden mansion, and you don't get to leave, and you don't know who you are, and you don't get to leave. That's it. That sounds restrictive to me. But, hey, so you'd know about restrictive living? Cross might have pitied Natsuhi. Or he might have wanted to take her away from the restrictive Ushiyama family for a little bit and let her rest. Or he might simply have wanted to take his wife around countries he knew well and show off everything he knew.
主人はお父様と違ってアジアの国が好きで
Oh yeah, but Kinzo's a West fan. Western countries, let's go. Europe, whoa, hell yeah.
香港、台湾、韓国にタイ
Yeah, that's great countries right there.
マレーシアも行きましたっけ
Uh-huh. I've never gone to any of those countries, unfortunately. I've never traveled to Asia. Yes, I've never traveled to Asia. Again, unfortunately. But I guess it would be nice. Maybe, I don't know. I have nothing against going to Asia. I just haven't gone. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. I think it would be a great change of pace.
クラウスめ金蔵の西洋かぶれに反抗したつもりか
Imagine.
しかしアジアも良いぞ
Asia. Okay, that's how they pronounce it. Interesting. Asia. Okay.
日本人は丸ごと西洋かぶれだからな外国といえば西洋しか想像せん
Really? Is that true? I actually did not know that. I didn't think that.
西があれば東もあろうに
But the East exists as well. Well, it's true. There is so much Eastern culture. It's insane. So much. But of course, you know.
私も西洋の知識はそこそこにありましたが東洋の知識はあまりなかったもので
The Orient.
旅先でいろいろと主人にからかわれましたっけ
That's crazy. As Natsuhi grumbled that they had all been very tiring trips, Beato secretly peeked into her heart. What? You can't do that.
いいか
Oh, it's Natsuhi and Cross. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. This is before Jessica was born. They were much younger here. Okay.
これは貧労という
An Areca nut.
ここでは庶民的な嗜好品だ
It looked like a small, round, gourd-like nut that had been split open, with a slice of cucumber wedged in it. At a glance, it looked as though it would probably taste like pickles.
なるほどこれをかじればよいのです
She was very soft-spoken back then, but now she's become, you know, wife of the next head. She can't be shying away like this no more. As she tried to bite the one her husband was holding, he suddenly moved it away. Oh, that's crazy, rude. It felt kind of embarrassing, like she was a fish who took the bait.
まあ待て貧労には食べ方がある確かにかじるのは正しいかじるもぐもぐと噛むしかし食べてはならない
What?
かじって噛むのに食べてはならないのですか
It's like chewing gum?
かじって噛む食べてはならん
Like chewing gum, let's go.
そして汁も飲んではならん
Oh, okay, never mind. It's not like chewing gum. In chewing gum, you drink the juice though.
胃を痛めるからな
What? Then what's the point?
わかりませんどうしてそんなものを食べなければならないのです
ガムのようなものと思え
Oh, okay, but I just used gum as an example. But then you go, don't drink the juice. Which, by the way, Cross, phrasing. You're telling her to, you're telling her to bite this nut, but don't drink the juice. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying the opportunity is there. You know I'm taking it. You know the phrasing. It's the visual novel's fault, okay? Like he's holding a nut. And it's like, bite and chew, but don't drink the juice. Like, come on! Alright, anyway.
噛んで味を楽しむ
That's crazy. I mean, he's doing it himself at this point. Like, don't blame me.
噛んだクズと汁はこうして紙コップに吐き出す。
Oh, hey yo, what sort of kinks are you into, Cross? That's wild.
あなたお口の中が真っ赤ですよ。
You know what? I could make a joke right here, but I won't. 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 I'll shut up. I've done enough.
拭いて拭いて。
Natsuhi's voice back then was crazy. What is this? Is this China? Hong Kong? I don't know. I don't know. The handkerchief she had wiped Cross's mouth with, a favorite of hers, also had bright red marks on it now. Something that's poisonous if eaten or drunk, and it makes the inside of your mouth so bright red. And on top of that, having to spit something out after you put it in your mouth. How indecent! Thinking this, Natsuhi firmly refused what Cross was offering to her. Or was offering her. That's crazy.
嫌です嫌です。結構です結構です。
こういうのは異文化体験だぞ。ここでしかできない体験をしなければ旅行の意味がない。
Yes, you can only eat this nut right here. Cross kept chewing, ignoring the fact that even his lips were being colored bright red.
こいつは親父殿も好きでね。昔は取り寄せたのか、屋敷のテラスでももぐもぐやっていたものだ。夏日が来てからはやめたようだね。
He seems to have stopped ever since you came here?
ほら、君が私よりも尊敬する親父殿も愛用していたんだぞ。ほらほら、遠慮なく試したまえ。
But if he hates the East, why did he even like these? Where did he get them from? The frick? Doesn't he like Western stuff?
いやいややめてやめてあなた。
Hey, yo! When he was traveling the world, Cross had the innocence of a child. He wouldn't even conceal his jealousy of the respect Natsuhi normally gave Kenzo. Just being able to see that side of her husband made traveling all the way to another country worthwhile. Cross kept on urging her to buy it, but Natsuhi, undaunted, ran from place to place and finally yelled at him that he was being too pushy. Cross was miffed for most of the bus ride. What a child, to let someone like this get him down. Natsuhi thought, astounded. Then, a native tour guide on the bus took out one of those areca nuts and started explaining about it. Watch, the native tour guide is gonna do a much better job than Cross. Watch this. He talked about how it had been a beloved luxury item in these parts since ancient times, similar to tobacco. About how its popularity was declining because young people were starting to take a dislike to it, just like Natsuhi. And about how it was treated as a good luck charm in this area, and was known as a symbol for couples. She looked at her husband's face. Now you gotta chew it, Natsuhi. Now you gotta chew the nut, but don't drink the juice. Nah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. But come on, it's for couples. Come on. He turned away abruptly, but it looked like his cheeks had gotten a little red.
んで夫の肩に身を委ねて手なんか握っちゃったりしたわけか。なんだそなたら夫婦結構純愛ではないか。燃え上がっちゃったであろうその晩とか。
Hey yo! Hey yo, Beto, I don't know what you're insinuating. That's crazy. Red face and avoiding Beto's eye, Natsuhi tried to hide her embarrassment by stuffing the patty's hole into her mouth. Chewing with her cheeks puffed out like a blowfish. I mean, Jessica had to be born somehow. I don't know why you're embarrassed. Alright, Beato said that there was nothing better than this to go with tea, and nodded several times, a broad smile on her face. Great.
もっともそれも新婚の頃の話です。今は六軒島を出ることもできぬカゴの鳥ですよ。
I wonder who else is the bird in the cage. Maybe the person you're talking to stuck in Rockin' as well.
それを言うならわらわも同じよ。
Yeah, great. I'm glad you mentioned what I mentioned, Beato. That's fantastic.
死ねども死ねども六軒島よりは逃げられぬ。カゴの鳥はわらわも同じだ。
あなたのことは知りませんし、詮索もしません。しかし、軽んじれぬ境遇であったことは察します。
老名主を気取るつもりもないわ。同じカゴの鳥同士、せいぜい仲良くしようぞ。わらわはそなたを気に入ったぞ。
そうですか。ありがとう。
この度の親族会議における使用人たちへの指示や采配は見事であった。金蔵が何時にどこにいて何をして何を残したか、それらを見事に共有させ矛盾なく組み上げた。それらの緻密な計画書は高度な魔法陣のそれと同じ美しさがあった。
Okay. More copium from Natsuhi, thinking that Beato's really saying this to her. To make it look like Kenzo actually existed and was living life his own way, she had written his schedule for the day down to the finest detail and made the servants follow it to the letter. Who did he meet? When and where did he meet them? And what did he leave with them? What was he doing? When and where was he doing it? And what did he change? That's crazy. As a result, even though the relatives hadn't seen Kinzo even once, they never suspected in the slightest that he hadn't been there. Eva and the rest truly believed that their conversation about the inheritance had been overheard by Kinzo as he happened to walk through the hall, and that it had sent him into a rage. Everything had gone just as Natsuhi's plan had predicted, down to the finest detail, and the coordination between the two of them and the servants had also been spectacularly intricate. Okay. Um.
万一にも知られるわけにはいかぬ秘密ですので、念入りに策を練りましたから。
その緻密さと意志が絶対の成功を。どうやらそなたは魔女としてはラムダデルタ教の一派らしいな。
Haha? Natsuhi, Witch of Certainty?
それを魔法と自覚したならば、いつでも魔女見習いを名乗れるレベルだ。
Okay.
それを魔法と呼ぶなら、熊沢あたりはさしずめ仮病の魔女ですね。忙しい日に限って腰痛で休むと連絡があります。毎年親族会議の日にはいつもです。
ああ、熊沢は違う違う。
Oh yeah?
もっともっと高位の魔女であるぞ。
Yeah, Virgilia, yeah?
正体知ったら驚くぞ。
So Kumasawa is hiding stuff, isn't she? Maybe there's more to Kumasawa than we thought. More than just her being Virgilia. Maybe she was the previous holder of the gold. Watching these two have their pleasant chat was another pair with steam rising from their black tea. However, the second pair was in a world that the first couldn't see, where golden roses bloomed. The Golden Land!
ロノウェが気を利かせて今じ
ディンブラとかいう紅茶を入れてくれたぜ。
It felt as though Beato muttered something. For the first time, it felt as though she had been able to communicate something. Surely, she had taken an interest in the black tea and felt like drinking it. Thinking this, Beato took Beato's cup in her hand and made her grip the cup. If I was you, I would not let her drink that tea at all. That's crazy. Beato's eyes trembled sadly and her fingers shook. Almost as though she couldn't even move her fingers as she wanted to. And was mourning the fact that she could no longer even enjoy the tea she had once loved without assistance. That was how she looked. You're not gonna make me pity her. No matter how much you try, visual novel, you're not gonna make me pity Beato, but okay. Great. So Beato rested his hand on Beato's, softly took hold of the teacup, and lifted it to her lips. Well, I'm gonna get another spread. Okay. Future soundtrack. Then, is this new? This sounds new. Then, so it was only a single mouthful. Beato sipped. The days in which they had been in a killing fest with red swords and blue wedges already seemed like the distant past. Okay, but I'm not forgetting them, Brick. Now, not only was Beato unable to do that, it was even difficult for her to make her body do as she pleased. Even just drinking a mouthful of black tea like this was hard.
どうだ、バラの匂いが素敵な紅茶だよな。口に合うか。
Of course, Beato didn't respond.
どうしちまったんだ。これもまた作戦なんだろ。
You know what? I bet it is, Beato. I bet it is.
落ち込んでるふりをして後でバーッと驚かそうって作戦なんだろ。
Honestly, that would not surprise me. I'm not, hey, listen, I ain't getting tricked again.
それが狙いならもう二度と同じ手には乗らねえからいい加減にしろ。お前がそんなざまじゃこっちに調子が狂うんだよ。なあ、そろそろ引っかかったらバーカってバカ笑いしてくれよ。どんなネタもあまり引っ張りすぎると笑えなくなるぞ。二番煎じなら特にな。笑ってくれ。あそこで夏日おばさんとお茶を飲みながらケラケラと笑ってるみたいに。
Those are many dots.
せめてニヤーっと笑うくらいはできねえのかよ。
二度とないわ。その子が笑うことはもう二度と。
This child will never laugh again. Okay, Burn. Those sudden words were exceedingly cruel.
どうして二度となんて言える。ベアトの笑う権利を勝手に奪うな。
あら、赤で言った方がいい？
Go on then. I shook my head furiously. Then, with an expression that didn't reveal her thoughts in the slightest, Burnt Castle spoke while looking at Beato's face. And I didn't understand the word she used in the slightest. Huh?
おめでとう。
Congratulations.
何がだ。
ベアトがそのざまなのはあなたが勝ったからこその結果だからよ。
So if I've won, why can't I go back to my family, to Angie and them? Well, what's happening? This is some bullcrap. I've denied witches, right? What's up?
何を言ってやがる。
This is all cap. You're lying to me.
あなたはかつてのゲームで言ったわ。これは互いを苛む永遠の拷問だとね。そうよ。ベアトにとっても拷問だった。そしてその拷問ゲームにあなたは勝ったのよ。だからベアトの魂は殺され、人形同然の屍になり果てた。
俺がペアトを殺したと言うのかよ。
勝敗はどちらか一方の勝とうとする意志がくじけた時に決まる。あなたとベアとの戦いという意味においてはすでに前回決着についていたのよ。まあ、あなたにとっては預かり知れぬうちにだろうけれども。
なら俺の勝利なのにどうしてゲームが終わらない。
That's what I was asking.
どうしてこのゲームがまだ続いている。
Probably because you haven't been able to solve the final mystery. Who am I?
その子の足首についてる足か
Hmm?
せ、ラムダが施したルールなのよ。
Okay. Even if Beatrice tries to yield or gets discouraged or gives up, she is incapable of stepping down from the game. That's the rule. Or maybe it's a curse.
かつてあなたが屈しそうになった時、私はあなたをサポートしたわ。あなたには知覚できないだろうけど、あなたにとって有利な展開とヒントが与えられるように私はあなたに助力した。だから今あなたはここにこうしていられるのよ。覚えてる？私に助けられたこと。
Virgilia and that? Burnt Castle stared at me. If it's true, I wasn't aware of it. But maybe it was true. That she helped me. She had helped me.
同じようにラムダはベアトをサポートしてるわ。そして今度はベアトが屈しようとしている。だから今度はラムダが屈しないようにサポートしたわ。それが足かせ。投了を許さないことによってベアトをゲーム上救ったわ。
何をどう救ったってんだ。
本来ゲームは2つの終わり方があった。どちらかが負けを認めて投了するか、どちらかがチェックメイトでゲームに勝つか。
And now it's been made to only be a game where the game ends with a checkmate. One side cannot accept defeat anymore.
ベアトはその前者に抵触しかけた。だからラムダはそれを潰し、敗北をギリギリのところで回避したの。ゲーム上は立派なサポートだわ。
In that case, the only way left for this game to end is for me to win. Win then, idiot! At the very least, until I do win. The switch called Lambda Delta can probably try to buy time for Beta's condition to turn back around. That would just prolong Beta's suffering even more. So then win and end the suffering if that's what you care so much about. I don't care about Beta's suffering, I just want to win. She can suffer all she wants. Neither of us want that. Both Beto and I fought with all we had trying to win. It was because I don't know if I would say Beto fought with all she had, to be honest. I don't think she was going all in. That's just me. It was because we were both giving it everything we could muster that the game repeated several times to begin with. Not true. Cap. And that was also why, that one time, we confronted each other head on with all of our strength. And Beato admitted defeat. Yeah, again, I don't know if I would say Beato fought with you with all of her strength. I think that's cap. She said she wanted me to end this game and entrusted everything to me. So, Bird Castle's words were the truth. She said it was my fault that Beta became a living corpse. That was true. But it was something both of us wanted.
俺たちの勝負はもう決着している。なのにゲームは終わらない。だからベアトは俺に託したんだ。早く勝ってこのゲームを終わらせろってな。
Now that the game has been resolved, for it to continue any further would be torture without end to Beato. Nothing more than a nightmare. I have to give her a perfect checkmate, end this game in the truest sense, and give Beato a peaceful sleep. For that reason, I'll keep fighting. But by continuing the game, Beato's eternal torture will continue. It felt as though I could only let her sleep peacefully by slowly strangling her to death.
もう俺には真実なんてどうでもいい気がしてきた。ベアトの気が済んだならもうゲームなんてどうでもいいだろう。ベアトは投了した。俺は魔女幻想の真実など捨ておいて家族と家に帰る。それでいいじゃねえか。
If only Lambda Delta hadn't placed the curse of that shackle on her, this battle would be over already. Battler. Battle. That's why I find it detestable. This game, where I have to torment Beato even more to end it, is detestable.
何？真実に近づいたらベアトが苦しそうな表情を見せるようになったんで急に手心を加えたくなったの？なら好きなだけ手加減するといい。
That's not what Angie told you.
あるいはベアトに勝ちを譲ればいい。そして妹に孤独で悲惨な未来を無限に強い続ければいい。
Let him know.
そういうわけじゃねえ。
That's right. I have to return for Angie's sake as well. I know this isn't the time to start feeling compassion for Beto. So why are you feeling compassion for Beto? Never feel compassion for Beto. That's your biggest mistake. That's always been a big mistake. We learned this in episode 3. Don't ever feel compassion for Beto ever. This is just like... This is the rule, okay? The moment we feel compassion for Beto, we take the L. We don't care about Beto. We don't care about the suffering. We get the W and we leave.
ならきっちり殺しなさい。
Alright.
その魔女を。
Even though Beto's right there, Burn Castle spoke without holding back.
あなたの目的はこの女を殺すことよ。あなたは前回のゲームでベアトに壊れて口にしたわ。お前を殺すってね。
ああ、そうかもな。だがそれはお前にとやかく言われることじゃねえな。
知ってる？爪を剥ぐときはね、一気に剥いでくれた方がマシなのよ。
What, is this a Higurashi reference? Yeah, I remember that fingernail scene. I remember when it was thrown out. I remember with Mion and Shion. I remember that.
あなたみたいに優しくおっかなびっくりとぐりぐりもたもたと剥がれる方がよっぽどいい。
This is true.
あなたのしてることの方がよっぽど拷問だと思うけど。慈悲があるなら一気に殺しなさい。それが殺すということよ。
余計なお世話だ。俺がこいつにどう引導を渡すかは俺が決めることだ。お前もあのラムダデルタという魔女も関係ない。俺が殺す。他の誰にもそれは許さない。
You're taking an awful long time, but you can do it.
その意志に変わりがないならいいわ。私はあなたにかけてるのだから。いい？決して忘れないことよ。このゲームに決着をつけない限り、あなたが解放されることは決してない。
More red truth.
あなたにだってこのゲームを放棄することは許されないのだから。
分かってない。
ラムダの狙いは分かってる。ベアトと同じようにあなたにも繊維喪失させて、二人とも生き人形にしてこの世界を永遠に安定させることよ。そんなの嫌でしょ。私も困るわ。
お前の都合など知ったことか。だが俺はゲームを捨てない。ベアトとの戦いの責任を放棄しない。
目的が同じで嬉しいわ。そしてそれは躊躇なくその子を殺せるということよね。
Knowing Battler, he will hesitate. He will have some dumb compassion for Beto for no reason. I mean, there is reason for him, but I don't see it. I don't see any reason to be. No. No hesitation, bro. I have no way of knowing whether those words eased her pain or hurt her. But because of this dull tingling in my chest, I believe that she must have been hurt. I have no way of knowing what the silent Beato feels. If I believe she's been hurt, is that any different from her being hurt? And if I hadn't thought I hurt her, would I have been able to get by without hurting anyone? Interesting takes here.
De? あそこで夏日とお茶を飲んでるベアトだけど。
Yeah?
大丈夫よね。
Oh, you mean you wanted to solve that?
ああ、大丈夫。
Yeah. No issues there.
金蔵の時と同じ。
Yeah, no issues. Okay.
ベアトリーチェなんて存在しない。
Not his coping. Yep.
あれは魔女の力を借りて危機を乗り越える妙案を思いついたと信じる夏日が生み出した偽りの魔女幻想。
Mm-hmm.
二人が並んでお茶を飲んでるように見えるのはゲームマスターであり物語の語り手であるライオン・ペルタがそう解釈しているからなだけよ。
Wait. The game master is the one who is telling the story? Okay. That's important. I'm glad you even had it in a different font. Because Delta, the game master, is the one who's telling the story, is interpreting that way. Which means you can interpret what's happening in any way you want to. As long as it doesn't contradict anything. Because we have Schrodinger's box going on. Right? Okay. You can interpret it however you want, Battler. You can interpret it as an illusion that doesn't exist that Lambda can come up with because there's no contradictions.
夏日に対し一片の愛も持たずに凝視できたならそんな幻想が見えたりはしない。だから私の目には夏日が一人ぼっちで黙々と紅茶を飲んでるようにしか見えないわ。
Uh-huh. Well, you need love, Burn, so that you can see Beato. Without love, it cannot be seen. That's crazy. I just said this. I just said it, but okay. Because love is lacking, it cannot be seen.
あれは夏日が見せている妄想。あそこにベアトリーチェなど存在しない。
Beato mumbled softly. It was a small voice that made it sound like she was in pain. The thorn of Burnt Castle's truth had stabbed into her chest.
お前の推理は正しいと思うぜ。だがそれをベアトの前で口にするな。
どこで口にしたって同じよ。
Yeah, who cares? Like, say whatever you want. Beto can listen to it if he wants to.
ここはベアトの世界なんだから。
あとはこいつを擁護するわけじゃねえが、夏日おばさんが本当に未知の人物 X ベアトリーチェと名乗る人物とこうしてお茶を飲んでる可能性だってあるんだぜ。この光景は1年前のものだろうが。
So it is 1985.
この日の島の人数が赤き真実で示されてるわけじゃない。
This is true.
そうね。この日の六軒島の人数についてはラムダも赤では語ってないわ。
One second, y'all. My nose is getting really runny. I gotta go get a handkerchief. One sec. Alright, sorry, we're back. Alright. Yes, Lambda did not say anything about the number of people in Rokejima on in 1985. That's true.
なら夏日おばさんが本当にベアトリーチェと名乗る女とお茶を飲んだと主張することもできるんだぜ。
This is true.
俺にお前の説を否定できないよ。
This is
お
true.
前だって俺の説を否定できないんだ。
You got Schrodinger's Beatrice going on.
だからそこにいるベアトが幻想だと断じることもできないぜ。
ああ、 猫ばこり
Oh my god. Bird is mentioning every single thing I'm saying. First I talk about how without love it cannot be seen, then the visual novel mentioned it. And now I'm going Schrödinger's Beato, and Bird is calling it the cat box theory. Every single time. Every single time I mention something, it's like me and the visual novel are on the same page. We're on the same page. The cat box theory, yes. Schrödinger's Neko. Haha, how about that? Schrödinger's Neko. Is that how they say? I hope that's how they say it in Japanese. That would be funny. Schrödinger's Neko.
それベアトには通用したかもしれないけど
Ho ho.
私には通じないわよ
What? What do you mean?
どうして
だって夏日はそこで一人ぼっちで紅茶を飲んでるんだもの
Although to be fair, Battler said, "Oh, I'm not defending Beato or anything." He did say that because of the pain, quote unquote, on Beato or whatever. Right? Like, come on now. Battler is feeling compassion for Beato whether he likes it or not. Alright? He even said that he had some strange feelings in his heart. Bro, he did. He's starting to like Beato. He's starting to become fond of who Beato used to be. Alright? That's why he was defending her side. That's the facts of it. He said, "Oh, it's not like I'm pretending Beato or anything." Well, while I was saying that what Beto was saying is true, right? Like yeah, like sure. That was the me that was open to any possibilities. That was not the me that was trying to protect Beato or defend Beato. But the battler saying that person X could have done this. That was a battler that was trying to defend Beato clearly. All right, Burn shut this down. So okay, Natsuhi's drinking tea all by herself. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, battler. There was a violent sound of glass breaking, and the Beato joking about Natsuhi's newly wet ears and laughing happily was erased. That's crazy. Hey, Burn, that's crazy. I love you for that, though. Burn, I love you for that. That's actually amazing. Like, I'm getting tired of Battler and his compassion for Beato. Shut him down. Stop that. Alright? This Beato stuff, it's scope. Beato doesn't exist. Magic doesn't exist. And that includes you, Burn. You don't exist either. So, I'm glad you did that, Burn. Do that. Keep doing it. Battler needs the cold truth, okay? Alright? We ain't here to feel compassion for Beato. Without love, it cannot be seen. It's true for everybody except for Beato. Alright? I don't need love to see anything about Beato. Alright? I'm not listen. Anyway. I've already talked about this plenty. I don't need to talk about it again. Alright. A lonely wind blew, and the one person who remained on the bench drinking tea with a tired expression was Aunt Natsuhi all alone. Beato groaned. I could see clearly that she was in anguish. Another witch illusion had been smashed, calling Beato towards death. In short, this is what the battle to let Beato rest in peace is all about. Yes, you're supposed to deny everything and make sure Beato keeps bleeding and dies. This is what it means to kill Beato, Battler. Alright? The longer you go, the more she suffers. I mean, this is in your best interest too, because you don't want to make her suffer. I don't care about letting her suffer. I just want to finish this as quickly as possible to go back to my sister. I mean, I thought that was the mindset here. So, alright, two birds, one stone for your case. I don't know what to tell you, Battler. A second ago, Burncastle likened our fight to the torture of tearing fingernails out. If I have to tear them out anyway, then my last bit of compassion towards Beato should be to minimize that pain. In other words, even if I want to minimize the pain, I still have to cause it. I have to accept that look of anguish on her face. And at the same time, this made me realize what a merciless thing the Red Truth was. The truth does not leave room for copium. And that's what I mean. And that's why I think that this visual novel does have a true truth, right? There's been themes of Schrodinger's box and all that, but I do think this visual novel does have a true truth that is going to be revealed at the end, right? Where it's going to be like, this is what really happened, this is how it all happened, this is what the gold means, this is what the epitaph means, blah blah blah, all of that, right? I'm sure it's going to be a true truth like that. And then it's gonna tie up to all the themes about Schrodinger's box and all that. I'm sure there's something like that's gonna happen. That's what I'm hoping the Red Truth is for. Right now in this rose garden there is no one except Aunt Natsuhi. In other words, there are no observers except for Aunt Natsuhi. So if that lone observer were to say that she had some tea with Beato, no one should be able to refute that. Except it was confirmed in red, so that's unfortunate. If no one can refute it, doesn't that mean it's the truth? I mean, no one can refute it, but no one can confirm it, right? Because she's the only one that is saying it. But again, it's been confirmed in red, so it's crazy. The red is harsh like that, and it's unfortunate. Aunt Natsuhi's enjoying the roses and drinking tea together with Beato. How could anyone have the right to mercilessly trample that pleasant moment?
赤き真実はまるで波紋だ。魔女と戦う上で時に推理を切られ時に反撃の武器となる波紋だ。
知ってるわよ。それが何？
みだりに使うな。刃物は使うべき時に使えば道具だ。悪意を持って使えば狂気でしかない。
It was true that Aunt Natsuhi hadn't really been drinking tea with a witch. However, saying that with the Red Truth probably has nothing to do with our game. Our game is the tale of October 1986. The 2 days of the crime give us more than enough time to injure each other with our red and blue blades glistening.
これは魔女幻想じゃない。夏日おばさんのプライバシーだ。それを暴く権利なんて誰にもあるものか。
この場に魔女が実在して夏日とお茶を飲んだと認めてほしいの？あなた魔女を否定するんじゃなかったの
？1986年10月4日から5日の2日間のゲームについてはな。だがそのゲーム版の外についてまで俺は魔女の存在を問うつもりはねえぜ。
Bro's starting to cope. No, but I see what he means.
悪魔の証明により魔女の否定は不可能だ。そしてこのゲームのルールに従い赤でそれを語るのもステイルメイトで禁じ手だ。
True.
赤き真実でさえ魔女の存在を否定はできねえんだぜ。
True.
確かに。まさかあなたに魔女の存在を語られるとはね。さすがラムだ。バトラーを人間犯人説と魔女がいてもいいという気持ちのうまいこと中間に引っ張り出してきたわ。人間の心を操るのに本当に長けている。私ももっとあなたを応援しないとまずいわね。
お前らなど知ったことじゃない。消えろ。これは俺とベアとのゲームだ。お前たちに私はしない。
嫌よ。
何？
だって私もこのゲーム楽しんでるんだもの。
Burn's been wild this episode. She's never been this wild before. She's been pretty wild this episode. Burn Castle disappeared, leaving only that unpleasant laugh behind. After that, all that remained was Natsuhi, sipping tea all alone. Beato, her hand still in the teacup as she stared blankly at the surface of the liquid, and me.
ベルンカステルにラムダデルタか。ワルギリアはお前の友人と言ってたが、お前友人は選ぶべきだったな。
Why do you care?
いや、むしろ性悪なお前にはお似合いなのか。
Beato didn't answer. Beato took Beato's hand, made her hold the cup again, and brought it to her lips. Beato made a quiet sound in her throat and drank just one more mouthful. Then Natsuhi's lonely tea time ended. Her truth, which was only hers and observed by no one else, had been defiled. In Natsuhi's world, that tea party, which had been peaceful despite her annoyance at Beto for making fun of her too much, must have come to an end, and the two of them probably went their separate ways. However, in Natsuhi's exposed truth, she was all alone. Natsuhi traipsed away. What does traipsed mean? I've never heard that word before. Traipsed away. On the bench, only a single person's cup remained. Oh, that's the end of that chapter. You know, that's a good place to stop it too, to be fair. Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. I think that's a good place to stop it. Oh, locked room barrier. Ho ho. Phone call? There's a phone call? After dashing to her bedroom, Jessica answered the phone call that had been transferred there. The phone call had been transferred to Jessica's room? Okay, well, we're gonna end it there. I think it's a good place to stop it. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. You know, got more, we got, you know, more battler, Beato scenes together. Nazi coping with Beato, of course, in 1985, some 1985 stuff. And we got a little bit of burn and batter at the end there. Talking about witches existing, the Schrödinger box, and about whether Nazi really saw a witch Beato or not, which he denied in red. And yeah, now we're beginning the chapter, starting off with Jessica here. Let's see what's gonna happen next. I mean, Jessica's one of the possible culprits, even though very unlikely in my opinion. She's still one of the possible suspects that I made up. So definitely, let's keep an eye out on her. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part, at least as much as I enjoyed reading it. Maybe next time I record a Umineko part, I won't be sick, who knows. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time for more. Alright, y'all. Peace.